Welcome to Outdoor Entrepreneur. This is a new video series about people that make their living, their income off of the outdoors and outdoor products, such as myself. We manufacture all kind of wire products here. We catch minnows for a living. We help guys learn to shoot, hunt, fish, anything that we can do to turn a buck. The way the economy is, this is the only choice we have. Today we have an order for 20 four-door crab pots with bait keepers. And so what we need is 20 tops, 20 bottoms. That's 40 cuts. We need 80 doors for these traps, 80 corner posts for these traps, and 20 bait keepers. We're going to start cutting those in a minute. The only thing is, over the winter, I did cut a 55-gallon drum full of corner posts and bait keepers. Now, the tops and bottoms of these are 12 inches square. To have our 12-inch wire here, we have to trim a piece of it up to make it even Steven. Now we have to cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares, because they're 1.5 squares. It could make 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have to be careful because one time last year, 6, 7, 8, 2 years ago, I cut my little finger off with this stupid thing. Okay, we're not going to cut all 20 of these or all 40 of these on camera. So we cut some of them. Now we have to trim them off. We got 2, 3, 4, 6. We got 7. We just have to trim these bad boys up here a little bit, which ain't that difficult. Okay, here we have a top and a bottom, or a bottom and a top. And we're trimming up number 40 right now. Number 40. There we go. 20 tops, 20 bottoms. Makes a count of 4. Now we're going to start cutting the doors. For the doors, we need 80 of them. The doors are 6 inches tall, 12 inches wide. So on these, this is the size of the door. And we need 80 of these, so that's going to take a while also. Alright, it's the same day. Alright, it's just that you can hear the wind kicked up, the temperature dropped a little bit. This is number 80. Took a while to do them all. Now over the winter, I made up a 55-gallon drum of corner posts. Alright, so we don't have to make them today, which is good. I also made up about 50 bait baskets that I have stashed around the corner, so we don't have to make them up. But here's my 80. I don't know if I can pick them all up at one time. Okay, there's my 80 doors. A pretty good bunch of shop now. Forgive the mess, but it's only, oh heck, this ain't 8 by 10. Maybe a little bit bigger than 8 by 10, but not much bigger. We have a half trap sitting here on the work table that we have to complete. All we have to do is put the door on the top of it and put the bungee on. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to bend the lip on that. We're going to put it in our little brake we have built down here. And just like that. Alright, we'll bend it up. Make a little lip on it. Now we have to use iron hog rings on the top of this so that they will rust out. And this makes it biodegradable. We'll keep throwing them on the floor. It'll take twice as long to get it done. See, these are cast iron hog rings. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we clip these on. And these are also act as hinges. And that's what we're doing there. So now I have a hinge. Alright? And what happens is if you would lose this trap in the bay, it won't be a permanent killer. What happens is these hog rings will rust out. The bungee cord that holds the front of this down will have enough pressure on it that'll flip this up, and anything that gets caught in here can swim out this hole we're going to make in the top. Pretty clever, huh? So now we cut the hole. Now this extra that we'll have here will be cut up and made into corners, corner post for a 4-door. That's what it looks like. Just like this, that. There's a hole to retrieve your crabs. Now we put a piece of bungee on here and get to it. Do so much out of here by myself. I never have time to really clean the dang thing up, you know? I'm looking for it, and I found it. A red plastic hook. Okay. Now we're going to use 1/2-inch hog rings to attach this goofy thing. This is March, and I've never had orders for crab traps in March. But so far this year we've sold about 50 crab traps. Sold some in January and February. Now all of a sudden we're getting orders for March. I think that has a lot to do with sand, Superstorm Sandy that boiled through here back in November. doing a lot of stuff, took a lot of people's boots out to sea and dumped them. They're just, I don't think people are going to be doing a whole bunch of fishing this year off of boats. I'm hoping I'm wrong. Okay, one more of these, and this thing is done. Okay, cut the tail of this thing off. And this is what we got. Alright, and this here comes down, and that holds it shut. You can see the pressure down here. When the hog grains rust off up here, it's going to make this thing go ping. And anything that's trapped in here, crabs, fish, because there will be fish coming in here, will latch onto this. That's my 55-gallon drum full of corn I was talking about. Alright? This is basically the way this thing works. You go into your bait and tackle shop and you say, I want a half trap. They give you this thing here, just like this, sitting already made. You take it out to your favorite crabbing spot and flip it upside down. You open this, your bait door. You throw a bunker in there. We don't advocate chicken pieces, alright, because of the fat in them. Alright, boom, lock it back up this way. Plop it in the water with a line on it. The crabbies swim in, and they sit in here and they eat, and they don't want to come back across these jagged edges. And that's as simple as that on the half traps. And the full traps basically. I'm asking to forgive the condition of this shop. Most of the time I do this outside, but it's, like I said before, it's March and it's kind of brisk out there. And it's also 4:30 in the afternoon. So I like to come down here when the weather's like that. Makes me a little more comfortable. I have a TV I can listen to in the background, so I don't get bored. Because when you make a couple of hundred of these in a week, you get kind of bored doing it. If I could find a monkey to train to do this, I would do it. But that monkey's already got a job, and we won't discuss that because it just irritates me. And some of you know what I'm talking about, some just kind of guessing. But I doubt if that monkey could do this position anyhow. Alright, now, we got 3 of the 4 corner posts up. And what I do is I'll make up about 10 of these with just tops and bottoms. Then I will put the doors in the bait box in it to make it okay. See, there's a bottom attached with our 4 corners, and here comes the top. And everything that I use is American made. All this wire is American made. It's made up in Haverhill, Massachusetts. And the hog rings are American made. I'm not sure, I forget what town and state they're made in, but they are American made. Right down to these jobbies here. My fastens my hog ring pliers, but it doesn't say what state, it just says USA. Alright, now this in here, there's number one. Uno, number one, uno, do. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera off while I make 9 more like this. Alright? Because you're going to get bored sitting here looking at me making more like this. Okay, we're back. This is number 20. The first thing we're going to do, there we put the bait box in. It's a little crooked here. Just straighten that out. We'll put the bait box in. As I said before, over the winter, I made a 55-gallon drum of these, along with corner post, to give me something to do. We're using 3/4 inch hog rings. I'm using 3/4 inch hog rings as a hinge. See how that works? And the bungee cord is the lock on it. We cut about 3/4 of an inch, maybe a little more off this piece here, and bango, she's locked down. Locked down. Now we mount the doors. And we have 4 doors, 12 by 6 that we cut. And again, we're using 3/4 inch hog rings to make sure to make these act as a hinge. Come in a little bit and crisscross the wire so that they don't slide back and forth. But if you crisscross them, it kind of interlocks it so it can't slide much more than about like that. And again, I apologize for the condition of this shop. It is March, it's getting a little warmer out. Trees are starting to blossom. March 14th. And trees are starting to blossom, so spring is on the horizon here. Let's try to straighten this out a little bit more. Again, we're interlock, coming across the, from wire to wire, crisscross, so it doesn't slip and slide. Okay, one more hog ring, and we're going to flip this over and put our strings on it. Okay. Alright. See, actually, this is actually the bottom. And this is the top. It'll fall right open. And we use our tard string. Come through the 4th hole. Down here to the 4th hole. I know you can't see it. And we use 2 of these strings because they're going to crisscross in a minute. Okay, now all 4 doors are tied. We have this much string. Boom. See how this snaps shut? So this is the way it's going to be when you drop it in water. Alright, and you let go of the string and the crab's in it. To get to their bunker, it's right in here. And you give it a couple of minutes, or if you can see down there and you see the crab go in, you just boom, and you got them. Blue claws for supper. Okay, and that makes number 20. Now we can deliver them. We turn them upside down so the doors don't fall open while we're handling them and shipping them. A little cup of Joe here, a shot of Joe. Okay, we're going to grab our traps. And this is 20 and we're out of here.